Hi everyone. I hope you're doing well in this isolation and quarantine. I have my something to cuddle and love right next to me. Today, my phrase that I got through meditation was grow through what you go through. And the visualization I had was of a flower growing through the concrete, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen. And the message that I felt I needed to say is that we are all growing and evolving, especially now. And the story of the lotus flower keeps coming up, and it is very prevalent to what we're going through at this time. With me being someone who loves to kayak and be out on the lake, I love seeing the lotus flower. And the reason is the water could be extremely mucky. You can't see through it, but yet here in the midst of this mud is this beautiful flower. And it's really what we're going through. We are supposed to be growing and blooming, and it does feel like we're coming out of the mud. And whether you've already had this experience in the past, I know I have many times. We call it like the phoenix rising up from the ashes. Well, this time the Mother Earth is pushing us to grow out of the mud. And I feel like we are being shoved because some of us are too stubborn to grow. We are, I think I've mentioned this before, uncomfortably comfortable. And kind of, even though we don't like where we were or what our life was 100% before this happened, we weren't willing to do anything about it. So here's our motivation per se. And I do feel like when we are in the dark, that this is a time for people to reflect. Just like winter is a time to hibernate and also plant the seeds that we would like to grow for the spring. We sure have had our share of rain in order to do that. I want you to really try to focus on the things that you would like to let go of. Pull that rug up and get all those feelings that you've brushed under there. I know people have said that, and quotes have said, and wise teachers have said that time heals. However, yeah, I do believe that's true. But if you're pushing everything under the rug and forgetting about it and not going through the emotions of healing and releasing and letting go, time isn't really healing it. You're finding ways to cope, sometimes which might be negative, and can keep you stuck from moving on and growing into the person you're meant to become. And sometimes it can make us stay in a really dark place for a really long time. So now is the time where I hope you are uncovering all of those dark parts of you that you wish to heal and fix. And those who might be grieving are picking up the pieces of a broken heart. Those of you who are afraid to be who you really are, I hope that you are really becoming who you want to be. It's funny, I read the other day that people are not doing selfies anymore because they're not able to get to the hairdresser. And I'm looking at myself going, I never wear makeup. I mean, rarely. And, my hair is what it is. It just is. And I don't really care what people think. So be mindful. Are you not posting selfies because you're not in love with who you are? Because you should be in love with who you are at any stage. I remember I didn't have bangs for so long going through chemo and radiation, and I still posted pictures of myself, and they weren't great. But you know what? It's who I am, and I'm in love with me, and that's all that matters. I don't care what anybody else thinks. So make sure you're practicing self-love. Make sure you're doing some mirror work and tell yourself that you love yourself and mean it from your heart. Do some affirmations. If you have coloring books, color, especially if you have your children, get them out and start coloring. It's a great way to it's almost like a meditation. I know when I had my scrapbooking store, somebody's misbehaving. When I had my scrapbooking store, getting into doing layouts and doing my scrapbooking was a form of meditation, which I didn't even know until now. And whatever you engage in that can be creative, whether you're writing or doing something like painting rocks, kindness rocks, I would really love some help with that. If you guys could all help and put them around, I think that would be a great idea to uplift people's spirits. And just cuddle the ones that you're quarantined with. And I hope that you're really, really striving to grow through what we're going through. Okay? Have a great day and God bless you.